as with the previous problem, the first thing I need to do is subtract this over so that I'm comparing to 0. So we'll subtract 2 from both sides. So we'll have 2x over x minus 2 minus 2. And remember, I said you could write that as a fraction by just putting it over 1. I kind of like that because I'm going to need to combine these into one fraction. Because right now, having the parts connected with subtraction isn't helpful. Because it's not useful to be comparing things if I'm adding and subtracting them. It's much easier once I know the signs. If I'm multiplying and dividing, then I know the sign of the whole thing. Okay, so for this, my least common denominator is just going to be x minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this by 1 in the form of x minus 2 over x minus 2. All right, so we've got 2x over x minus 2 minus, let's distribute that 2, so 2x minus 4 over x minus 2, and we want this to be less than or equal to 0. Now again, because we're subtracting, I'm going to need to distribute that negative. So the top becomes 2x minus the quantity 2x minus 4 all over x minus 2, and I want that less than or equal to 0. When I distribute the negative, that's 2x minus 2x plus 4 over x minus 2 less than or equal to 0. Well, this is interesting. Those two x's are going to cancel. So we've just got 4 over x minus 2 less than or equal to 0. The top is always positive. Now, I do need to include the fact that it's positive. If that was a negative 4, the top would always be negative, and I'd have to factor that, take that into account. But basically, the top isn't going to change sign. So let's see. What would make the denominator 0? 2. And I don't want to include that because then this would be undefined. If it's undefined, it doesn't have any relationship with 0. I'm going to just record, I'll just write them on this side here. I've got 4x minus 2 and then the overall sign. I'm doing that because it's possible I could have a constant that was always negative, and then it's really easy to forget to record that. So I'm just going to record 4 is always positive. I'm concerned about the sign of x minus 2. So to the left of 2, I might try 0. 0 minus 2 would be negative. To the right of 2, oh, and so the overall sign would be a positive divided by a negative. It would be negative. All right, to the right of 2, let's try 3. 3 minus 2 would be positive. A positive divided by a positive is positive. Which sign did I want? Well, we wanted to know where this was less than or equal to 0. It's actually never equal to 0 because nothing can make the top equal 0. 4 simply isn't 0. That's a lovely property that 4 has. Okay, that's fine, but it is going to be less than 0 whenever it's negative. So in this case, we're getting just a single interval. That would be the interval from negative infinity to 2 with a parentheses around the 2.